Okay, hello everybody. My name is Rachel and I'm going to be taking your session this evening. Just for the people that I can see on the video, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Yeah, all good. Thank you, guys. And also, with respect to the video, you are being recorded this evening, so you do have the option to show your screen or not if you want. It's completely your choice. And you guys will be muted for the whole session unless I ask to unmute you at any point. Sounds like we're all muted at the moment. I can't hear myself, so that's good. And yeah, like I said, we'll be getting started pretty soon. I think we're just waiting for a couple more people. If anyone hasn't seen me before, I actually used to be a Scottish swimmer until very, very recently. I've just retired, but I am actually a strength and conditioning coach. So I've just graduated from a strength and conditioning masters at Edinburgh Uni. So that is why you have me here today, doing something a little bit different. So I hope you enjoy the session tonight, guys. I'm actually, I think I might have to wait till everybody comes in, but I thought I might actually just post what our session is this evening, just in case anyone wants to write it down or anything, or if we forget as we go through some of the names of the exercises. So I'll just put that up in the chat just now, but I might need to do it again for anyone else coming through. So don't worry if it doesn't make sense just now. I will say that at some point you're going to need either a chair, like you can see behind me that I've got, or your sofa if it's high enough. We're going to be doing some incline press ups, so want like quite a high surface. If it's a table as well, if you're in your kitchen, it could just be your table, but something nearby and something stable ideally. Okay, so a couple of minutes left and then we will get going, guys. So the setup tonight's not going to be too different than what we did on Saturday. So I actually joined in on Saturday. I don't know if any of you saw me. But it's going to be more kind of movement based tonight. So you won't be super tired, but it'll still be a wee bit hard. So I'll just give it a minute more and then we will get going. So just make sure you have like your water and everything ready. If you need a notepad to write anything down, go get it now. If you need a towel or a mat, grab that as well. Okay, everyone, I think we will get started with our warm-up. So like I said, it's not going to be too different than what we've done before. So we're going to start on our backs and we're going to do some crucifix. So just to start mobilizing our spine. I'm going to be back here. Hopefully you can still hear me. So starting off on our backs. My head might disappear. And then we want to straighten one of our legs up and kick it over to the other side of our body. Can everyone hear me? Just double checking. We're all good? Yeah. So we're going to do 5 each side of those. So nice thoracic movement. Kicking over to each side. You might hear a little crack and a little bit of a creak, but that's okay. So 5 each side. Just take your time moving through that. And when you're finished your 5 each side, we're going to move on to our happy cat, sad cat. So in a nice, I like to call this a tabletop position. So you could probably put a glass of water on your back, starting there and then dipping your belly, looking in front of you, and then pushing your spine all the way to the sky and tucking the head under. And we're just going to slowly make our way through 5 of those. Just take your time. Good guys, and once you've done your 5, stay in our tabletop position, so our neutral position again. And you're going to take your right knee, and we're going to do 5 wide circles with our knee. So like fire hydrants, forwards, and then some wide circles backwards. So 5 forwards and 5 backwards. So start off quite small and then move into kind of a wider fire hydrant. So like you're going round much more every time. And then remember to do it the other way as well. Okay, so making your way through that. And then we'll meet in our tabletop position again when we're done. Okay. Right, next thing guys, we're going to go into a high plank. So a nice stable plank. And then what I want you to do is push your bum towards the ceiling into a downward facing dog. So your knees can be a little bent as well, mine are. But just pushing through the hands, getting a nice stretch in the shoulders. And then you're going to ripple back forward to your high plank. And we're just going to move through that for 10. So that's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more. And then we're going to drop our knees back down once we've done our 10. Next, we've got our Spiderman. So we did them on Saturday. So we want to come up into our plank position again. We're going to take our right foot out to our right hand and then open up to the side. Step it back, swap sides. We're going to do 5 each side, so 10 in total. Just take your time, elbow leading, then open all the way up. Make sure the chest is getting stretched all the way open. And then when we've done that, just meet in a standing position. So standing, and we're going to finish off with our squat to stand, which we did on Saturday. So nice wide base, squatting down, grabbing under the toes, straightening the legs, dropping back down, and then standing up again. So we're going to do 5 of those. So just in your own time, making sure you're really lengthening the back of the legs. Okay. So once we've finished that, I'll just explain what we're going to do. So if you need to grab anything just now, grab it. Otherwise, I'll just explain what's about to happen. So tonight's session, if you've seen it in the chat, because I've posted it in there, is we're basically working on every 2 minutes. So our first round, or our first set of exercises is 8 walkouts with a jump into a low squat position. And then we've got 10 front squats, or sometimes we call them zombie squats or prisoner squats. So there's only going to be 2 exercises in each block. We're going to do that block that I just said 3 times, but you have to complete those 2 exercises within 2 minutes. So we'll reset every 2 minutes. We'll only be doing 3 blocks of each exercise. So don't worry, all you need to know just now is that we're going to do 8 walkouts with a little jump and 10 front squats. I'll just do a quick demo just now before we get started. So our walkouts, you're going to walk the hands out into a plank position, and then you're going to jump the feet in to a low squat position and stand up. Now, because there's probably not a lot of room in your houses, just turn round and go again. I don't have a lot of room here, sorry. And just making sure that we're getting into that kind of almost like a frog position every time we jump in. And then we have our front squat. So what I want you guys to do is put your hands on your shoulders and making sure we're coming down every time into quite a deep position. But I want to make sure that you guys have quite a straight back on the way down. So try and keep it consistent. And it might help to widen your stance a little bit. So just play around. So 8 walkouts with the jump and 10 front squats. That'll be on a 2-minute clock. I'll keep you guys right, don't worry. And then after we do 3 rounds of that, we'll have a wee break. I'll go over the next one and we'll just work that way. Does that sound good, everyone? Thumbs up if it does. Grand, right, okay, super. So don't worry about me, I've got a little timer going on, so if you hear that, don't worry about it, I'm gonna call the times anyway. So starting off with our 8 walkout with a jump and into 10 front squats. Okay, is everyone ready? I'm gonna start over here. So we're gonna get started in 10 seconds. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So that's just over 30 seconds gone. I'm on to my squats now. That's a minute gone. So with this one, we're going to have a little bit more rest, but it just means that we can do the exercises properly. So make sure you're taking your time. So we'll be going in about 40 seconds. So now we have a rough idea of what the timing looks like. So feel free to slow it down if you want as well. Okay, we're going in 15 seconds. And 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. I've just finished up my squat. So this one's just good to get us moving, get our joints going. And the next ones are going to be a little shorter on time, so you might have a little less rest on the next couple. So we've got one round of this to go, one more. In 30 seconds. And 15 seconds. Okay, 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. So good job, guys, from the ones I can see. Nice positions. And a minute to go. Okay, if you're finished, grab a drink. And I'll quickly go over our next block, so it's a bit more familiar. So our exercises are 8 single leg glute bridges, which is 8 per side. And then we have 10 lunge step throughs. So just very quickly, our glute bridges, just on our mats. And the easiest way to do this is to cross one of your feet on your thigh, hands on the ground, and we're just going to push our hips all the way through, okay? So every time I want your hips to be in a nice line. So we're going to do 8 each side, and then 10 lunge step throughs. So that is 10 in total, so 5 each side. So I like to kind of do this as if I'm running with my arms. That sounds silly, but you'll see what I mean. So step back and then step through, okay? So lunge back, step through. And making sure every time you're seeing that nice knee bend up here and down here. Okay, so nice and even. You can see I'm in a good position there. So 8 glute bridges, single leg, and 10 lunge step throughs in total. We're going to do 3 rounds of that again on the 2 minutes every time. So it's going to be the same again. Are we all happy? Yeah, cool. Right. Okay, so we'll be going in 15 seconds. So starting with our glute bridges. Three, two, one, go. a minute there. Okay. So we're going again in 30 seconds. And just make sure you take your time as you do your lunges as well. Make sure you're landing properly. Okay, in 15.
10 seconds.
3, 2, 1, and go. That's a minute gone. Make sure to top up the hydration when you can, guys, just wee bits here and there. We've got enough rest that we can do that. And we're going again in 30 seconds. So this is our last round on this one. And in 15.
10 seconds.
3, 2, 1, and go.
Last round. So try and keep those bodies upright the whole time. So nice and straight, nice and in line. That's good. A minute to go. Okay. So last round is going to be 8 plank Supermans and 10 incline push-ups. So you should have a sofa or a table or a chair nearby for that. So our plank Supermans are just going to be, so in a plank position, make sure your feet are nice and wide, so you're nice and balanced. And you're just gonna rise your arm up, place it back down, okay? I want it to be quite controlled. Don't want anyone wobbling side to side. So if you need to practice that, go for it. Don't rush through it. So 8 of those in total. So 4 each arm. And then 10 incline push-ups. So don't worry if your push-ups aren't great. That's why we're doing them on an incline. So I'm using my chair here. Setting yourself up in a good position. And then chest coming down to either your chair or your table. And it's okay if it's a wee bit higher than that. So 10 of those. So has everyone got that set up? If we need a wee practice before we get started, please do. That's fine. Okay, guys, last round. So starting off in our plank position, we'll go in 15 seconds. Okay, in 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, so just under a minute to go, or over a minute, sorry. So take your time doing your press ups. That was actually very hard. So just take your time doing them. If you need to do 5 and 5, just do that. Looks like we have plenty of time. So still got 35 seconds to go before the next round. Okay, going in 20. Okay, in 5, 3, 2, 1, go. So I think I'm going to break my press ups up into 5 and 5. Give the arms a little shake off if you need to. So that's a minute to go. I think that's one thing I need to practice again is my push-ups. 30 seconds to go, and then it'll be our last round. Then we can head towards our stretches. 15 seconds. 10 seconds to go. 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. Last round, guys. Minute to go. Okay, if you're done, just take a breather. Get some water on. Ooh. Okay, I finished off with quite a hard one there, sorry everyone. But hopefully we targeted all our muscles this evening. Okay, so we're gonna head into our little stretch just now. Usually I would call upon people, but tonight I won't, I'll be nice. And we'll just go through a set of stretches. So our first one, I want you in just a nice seated position, cross legs. And you're gonna drop your left elbow down to the ground and reach that right arm all the way over to the wall. And you can feel that all the way down the side of your body, all the way down the lats. And we're just gonna hold here for around 30 seconds. So really stretch over to the other side of the room. And make sure you're not holding your breath. Okay, and then back to center. And we're gonna swap over to the other side. So drop your right elbow down to the ground and reach your left arm all the way over, stretch all the way over to the wall. And then come back to a tall seat. So just stay in the same position you are. However, I want you to take your right heel to your left hip and then stack that left leg on top. So your knees should be on top of each other. I've probably worn the worst leggings for this, but my knees are here and here. So you're kind of like a pretzel. And then if you can walk your hands out and just kind of lean them in front of you. But if you're feeling a stretch, just sat up in this position, and I am today, then just sit up in a tall seat. So we'll be here for 30 seconds. And don't worry if your knees aren't perfectly stacked on top of each other. And then just uncurl the legs and swap them over. So it's the left leg that's on the bottom this time and the right leg that is on top. You might need to shuffle a wee bit to sort yourself out there. And if you want to, you can lean forward. So it's something a little bit different. So you're probably feeling this on the outsides of your hips and kind of into your glutes. So kind of lower back area. And then walking the hands back up, we'll just uncurl the legs. Then our last one, want you to be in kind of like a plank position. We won't be there for very long. I want you to take your right foot up to where your hand is and then drop the back knee. And we're just going to stay in this position for 30 seconds. This is called dragon pose. I'm sure you can see why. So just really letting that left leg hit the back or your back leg relax. You'll feel it through the front of your hips. So it's a nice one if you want to kind of advance the hip flexor stretch that we've done on Saturday. Okay, and then just tucking the back foot under so we can go back to our high plank and then swap over the legs. So my left leg's in front, drop the back knee and just kind of lunge into that position. So really just relax into that position. Let your hip do whatever it wants to do. And then coming out of that stretch however which way you want, but I would recommend just tucking the back foot under and coming back into your end position. So that is us done for the session, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, and I will see you all on Saturday morning. Thank you, guys.